American Public Education and the Responsibility of its Citizens. The book I am reporting on is American Public Education and the Responsibility of Its Citizens, Supporting Democracy in the Age of Accountability by Sarah Stitzlin. In this book, the author suggests public schools should be a place where children learn to solve problems, build shared identities, and come to value justice and liberty for all. The concern that she sees is that citizens' support for public schools is on the decline, and as a result, our democratic way of life may be at risk. More and more citizens do not feel as though public schools are our schools, forgetting that they have influence over them and responsibility for their success. As taxpayers, citizens have certain expectations of public schools, and many citizens feel that their expectations of those schools have fallen short. 27% of citizens have graded the nation's public school a rating of a D or F. As a result, many have turned to private schools or public charter schools alternatives. The author believes that this leaves the future of our public schools and democracy in jeopardy. As we have discussed in class, public schools were formed in the wake of the Revolution when Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Rush pushed for schools that would assure that the new democracy could be successfully led by an educated public. However, much has changed since then. In 2012, a survey found that citizens believed that a high-quality core curriculum and focus on STEM education was more important than instruction in democracy and citizenship. The lack of instruction in these two areas is contributing to the decline in support of our public schools as schools who are more focused on quality curriculum, test scores, and STEM programs rather than providing a space that helps children gain skills and habits that improve democracy and citizenship, and where students are taught to be a part of public life after school. The author concludes by saying that we must be responsible and develop responsible children through citizenship education and nurture habits that enable flourishing democracy and public life, that we should cultivate citizens through and for democracy and our public schools. The author concludes by saying that we must be responsible and develop responsible children through citizenship education and nurture habits that enable flourishing democracy and public life, and that we should cultivate citizens through and for democracy and our public schools. She believes that disrupting the faulty accountability crisis we face today by redirecting the burdens of action upon citizens via role responsibilities may simultaneously engage public work, increase the legitimacy of our schools, emphasize improved citizens' development, and perhaps even provide solutions for some of our current educational shortcomings.